$1.3 paid off. Cash flow $4,000 mo. What do I do next? $1.3 rental property paid off. Currently have renters, but will be moving out soon. Cash flow is about $4,000 mo. Fat about $2,800 mo. If rates drop next year, what would you do in this situation? Edit. It used to be my primary 5 years ago, and HOAs are $900 mo, which is killing my cash flow. Edit. 2 condo in CA. Sell, that ROI is absurd. Yeah. I'd take this, do a 1031 exchange, and buy 2 cheaper properties and double your cash flow. You should be making like $6.7k month out of that money to make it worth it. 1031 exchange for tax benefits, and get that money to work, my guy. Your cash flow is $48,000 a year from a $1.3 million property? You've got a problem. Man, you can easily make $5,000 more with cash sitting in the bank. WTF are you doing here earning 3.7 for all that risk? How long ago did you live in it? Can you sell under the 2.5 exemption? Now is the time to sell. You'd have to hold it for 30 years to cash flow 1.3 mil. Sell, sell, sell. 1.3 M and getting 4k sucks, sure. But did you pay 1.3 for it or considerable amount less and it's appreciated to 1.3 with time? Also, I'd almost guarantee you're under market rent if that place is actually worth 1.3. It would cost someone over 8k a month to buy that. I'd personally sell and invest the money elsewhere. I have a property that's appreciated significantly but rent hasn't kept on pace, and I'm okay renting at a less than market ROI because I don't have the time to sell and reinvest elsewhere and it's currently still making me money. I'm a super newbie to this, but can someone explain why everyone is telling to sell? Even if the cash flow is not super great, isn't the equity OP is getting worth it when you take into account his property's long-term appreciated value? Whatever you do, don't ever sell the condo. The tax bill is huge. I can't believe there's so many here advocating for the sale. Every financial decision must consider the tax impact, usually the most important factor. If you need money to invest in something else, just refinance the condo. Also, cash flow is not everything. Future capital gain is important also. Beside, many shitty crime-infested areas with negative population growth offer great cash flow, but I will never touch those garbages. $900 ho? Jesus Christ, you get valet parking when you get home? So, this hasn't been mentioned yet. You under market rent? Should the rent be notably increase? Sell immediately. Horrible returns. I'll offer a different angle. Keep the property and get your equity out of it by doing a home equity line of credit. You can reinvest that into a new property while keeping the appreciation from your presumably well-located property. It basically goes along the BRRRR method. Depending on the area, you should be able to exchange it into a nice duplex or triplex in a non-local rent-controlled area. There is still statewide rent control though. This gives you more money, a slightly higher depreciation base. Congrats on unlocking this accomplishment. This poor guy came here to brag and you guys are crapping all over his head. You can 1031 exchange into commercial BTY, it's real estate for real estate. Cash return only, it sucks. If you include appreciation and tax savings, maybe not awful. But probably best to sell and move the money into something else. I'd consider buying 2 props with $1.3 million in proceeds. One that cash flows 3-4k per month, and then potentially a vacation home. It could be out of state, would obviously be a lot of work, but if you don't have any leverage on it, or want to use some of the proceeds for a high down payment, you could really make much more than $4,000 per month. My family just rented a $900,000 house in a small North Carolina beach town for 7 nights and the total cost was $4.5k on Airbnb. Let me also add that there were many others going for much more. If you just do that for the summer, you can cash flow pretty significantly. I'm in California. Tier 1 area. Recently directed a renovated Class B $1.31 million multi-family property purchase that generates $8,000 per month with no HOA. You have a low-cap property. Unless it's somewhere you'd love to live and retire in one day, it's not a great investment. Lot of replies not considering future equity increase in the return. CA will keep appreciating in the long run and that appreciation is part of the return. However true that it's a large amount of equity not doing much. Can look at the numbers and consider a cash-out refee, to an amount that makes it just barely cash flow. Then put that cash toward another investment property. Sit down with a financial advisor first. If you don't have one, you should get one. If you don't have a good one, find a good one. Another plus side to getting two cheaper properties and doing a 1031 exchange, those houses rent faster and sell faster than 1 mil properties. I'm willing to buy your 1.3 meters property for $500K max. 900 in HOA. Good lord. That's more than both my car payments, my health insurance, my gym membership, and all my entertainment subscriptions combined. WTF is the HOA doing with that money? I got bad news for you, buddy. That is not a $1.3 million property. $4,000 on a $1.3 million is insanely low. Why not raise the rent to $5,000 then $6,000 the year after until you get to market? Buy, borrow, die. Get your money. That cash flow is poor relative to the amount tied up. Yikes, 1031 that into better cash flow. You're getting robbed. At 5 CDs would pay you more. Learn to love leverage. Why did you pay that off? You could buy a good 4-unit apartment for that amount in a decent area in Colorado Springs, Colorado and 1,000 other places and clear $6K after management fees and maintenance on it. This is a great thread. No advice on the sale, no sale, but have you considered working on a hostile takeover of the HOA? Your house is currently worth $1.3, but what did you buy it for? My property is similar yours including cash flow, but I bought it 10 years ago. So my appreciation on the house is 100 and the cash flow is based on rent per square foot in the area. So depending on what your buy-in price was, you are likely not underwater and the cash flow is good relative to the rent per square foot in the area. If you are interested in growth, you may want to consider a multifamily syndication, not with all of your money for sure, but use it as a way to diversify. Message me if you've got questions or comment here. Well done. What to do next? Wash, rinse and repeat. Keep doing this until you are 6 feet under. I'm quite serious here. What is a current realistic market rent for a comparable property in your area? We just built a small property for about $675K and should get around $4.5K a month, which even then I am not super happy with the yield. Enjoy life. Find a new property it's underperforming by a lot. My $480K duplex flows $4,700 a month. Sell that thing. Sit back, grab a beer, chill and relax. I make $3,000 a month rent on a property I bought 5 years ago for $275K. Either your returns are super low, or your property is way overvalued. I'm happy for you that you're all paid off. Great feeling. Not quite sure what's going on with your numbers though. Is this a duplex? 3-4 family? That's gotta be cash flow before being paid off while there was still a mortgage. Ain't no way. If you can sell it for $1.3 million, do it immediately. You can literally take that cash and put it into a savings account earning 5 interest and make $5,400 a month, so literally almost double what your cash flow is after expenses now with no work at all. Find industrial net lease and make $200,000 a year in post-pity. Move in for 2 years and then sell it. That thing should have a $9,000 rent bare minimum.